Welcome.
Hi, everybody.
How are you doing, Scott?
I'm good, Sook. We got a great show for you today as everybody starts to load up here on the big Facebook page.
And look, we're in their new studios right now. It's called Odyssey right there.
Ladies and
Scott's
gentlemen,
head.
we are in some pretty good studios right now. We pretty much snuck in. They don't know we're here. I work next door, so I told Suki to come over. Nobody's around.
He told me to come visit. Like I'm his friend,
visit.
go to visit him.
Yeah. I said, Sook, just come visit. I got some things set up. I threw the graphics behind. Nobody will ever know. We'll sit down. We'll put the computer on. It'll be great. Anyway, we got a great show. Even though we snuck in, we have Tim Allen on the show today.
The Tim Allen.
Yeah, boy, we've come a long way from our homes, right, Sue?
Really long way.
Tim Allen is on the show, and the legendary Marilu Henner also joins us right here on this fine program. She's going to be with us here in the studio. So, Jeff, anyway, let's light it up. Let's get this show going.
The show is so good. I don't think we should wait any longer.
No, we can't wait any longer. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll give it a little 3, 2, 1, and roll it, baby.
The Suki and Scott Show.
This is one of the funnest shows I've ever done.
Lady, when you're with me, I'm smiling.
It's musical. It's magical.
Suki and Scott.
And you're going to do the intro.
What happened?
What happened?
Jeff, what happened?
The Suki and Scott Show.
This is one of the funnest shows I've ever done.
Lady, when you're with me, I'm smiling.
It's musical. It's magical.
Suki and Scott. That's 7 of hearts.
Woo!
Exactly.
This is a sexy show.
Someone's getting some action.
Now, these larger-than-life personalities are on an exciting new journey as they bring you the Suki and Scott Show.
You guys nailed it. You're great. You ask great questions. You listen.
I answered you because I have respect for you guys, and it was a question respectfully put.
The Suki and Scott Show is your one-stop destination for humor,
You like De Niro and Cape Fear. Counselor.
entertainment,
Jesse's girl.
Wonderful.
Can you paint with all the colors of the wind?
and optimism.
You guys have such amazing energy.
Ultraviolet light, it gets in there and it just fights the kung flu, is that right? Okay.
Let's laugh together.
I love him.
The Suki and Scott Show.
That's the best intro for a show I maybe have ever seen. Your intro is fantastic.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Look at us here in this fine studio.
Thank you, Odyssey.
Yes, man, oh man, Suki and Scott Show coming to you live. We are in Midtown Manhattan. Are we Midtown or downtown?
We're in
Suki?
downtown Manhattan.
We're a little closer to
At the
downtown.
Odyssey Studios.
Yeah, at the Odyssey Studios, which, by the way, the folks from Odyssey have no idea we're here. It just happens to be next door to my radio studio, so we snuck in. It's all good. We have a great show for you. They also don't know that we have Tim Allen coming on the program, the legendary Tim Allen.
Boy, does he have something coming out on Disney
Oh my
Plus.
God!
I
Well,
mean,
it's out. It's
it
the
is
second
out.
season.
Sorry, it's
he's
his
got
second.
the Santas out on Disney Plus, which you can watch that all year long. Second season of the Santas, and he's going out on tour. He's doing a stand-up routine. He's got a tour coming up all over the country. He's going to be in Denver in February.
And he's giving us a taste of exactly what to expect. And I guess we get to go inside his house a little bit and maybe see something that maybe you might not have expected.
Yeah, I think Suki said he's going to be on with us from like a different type of spot in his house.
Yeah.
And then after that, we got in here in the studio, because we normally don't have people with us. They're usually on remote. We got Marilu Henner coming up. She's got a show here in New York, off-Broadway. And, of course, Taxi, Johnny Dangerously,
Grease, the original.
Dated John Travolta. She's got the insane
crazy memory.
Crazy memory.
Like you throw out what is it called? It's like
I don't even remember what the memory is.
But you throw out a date, she can actually tell you what
any
day, what happened historically.
Yeah.
Can you imagine having her as a friend?
That would be amazing.
I mean, it'd be incredible.
But I can't imagine, like, what goes through your, like, what kind of mind do you have to have?
A crazy, wonderful, beautiful mind. And she is one beautiful lady who has been such a fan of the show from the get-go and told us that we have that PF factor.
Yeah, the PF
which I didn't
factor.
bring up.
He was she tells us about the PF
factor all the time.
She said we are just sizzling with PF factor, the show. And ladies and gentlemen, before we get to Tim Allen, before we get to Marilu Henner, we've always talked about putting together a theme song for this show.
Because we're such fans of the 70s. we're just such fans of like old TV
Old
shows,
right,
nostalgias,
the
where there's
sitcom shows.
sitcom shows that had that, you know, that theme song.
Yeah,
and we always felt like there needed to be a theme for this show.
I feel like we need to have a theme song where, like, you know, you see Suki in her kitchen, she turns to the camera. And,
I'm baking a cake.
Starring Suki. But anyway, so our crack executive producer, Jeff Meltzer, said, I got a theme song for you guys.
Well, he's very musical.
He's very musical, plays the guitar. Jeff, come on in here for a second.
Tell us the song.
Plays the guitar. Suki, you think he could do this in under 2 hours?
No. We've got a hard out.
Yeah,
so
we've got Tim Allen's very busy today. Anyway, so Jeff said to me that he's like, look, I put together this theme song for you. I tracked it. I did this. And very meticulous. It took him a good month. I said, listen, you're gonna play it for us. We haven't heard it. Gonna play it for us on the show. Suki and I are gonna have no reaction, whether we like it or we don't like it.
Well, we might let the fans decide.
But we're gonna let the audience decide whether or not we use it. So that's going to work. Jeff will elicit no response from us when we're done, and we'll let the audience take it away, whether they like it or not.
So is he playing it for us?
So here we go. Jeff, come on in, and let's see what you could do, and gear it up, and the floor is yours, my friend.
All right. So it's a theme song, but it's an ode. The song is called Ode to Suki and Scott. It's about the history of the show and what you guys represent to the audience, to the global audience, and basically where you started and where we are now. And that's basically it. So I'll give it my best shot, and I'll find it hard to believe you won't react one way or the other.
All right, let's do this. I'm going to cough. You put yourself up full screen. And the floor is yours, and let's rock and roll. Go ahead.
All right, I'm going to use this playback. Hopefully, it'll work fine, and we're off. The ode to Suki and Scott. All right, now I feel more at home. Okay.
Go ahead, my friend.
All right, here we go. Ode to Suki and Scott, and we're off. It started when we were all locked down, when everyone was feeling down. Our two special hosts started to post to help bring smiles to every town. Every day the people came and the guests showed up in droves. The viewers logged on and the show caught on. And that's how it all began. Hey, it's the Suki and Scott show. They're the funnest hosts in town. Now it's time to get rid of that frown. It's the happiest show around. They cheer you up when you're feeling down. No need for the circus or the clowns. You can even watch them in your nightgown. They're bringing laughs to your town. Hey, it's the Suki and Scott show. They're the funniest hosts in town. Now it's time to get rid of that frown. Come join them in Comedy Town. Suki and Scott do their comedy shakedown. Guests feel like they're in a talk show playground. Clips, jokes, lots of folks, and Phil's vocal sounds. It's a fun show anywhere around. The Suki and Scott show doesn't mess around. But if you're feeling dragged down and that frown is wearing you out, we guarantee you'll have a comedy meltdown, 'cause it's time for the Suki and Scott Show. I cleared the room. Must have been a hint.
Oh boy, that was
funny. That was good.
Yeah?
That's
I cleared
funny.
the room. I mean, obviously, you must have gone out the bathroom or something. But,
yeah. Well, listen, I figured we had some time. I took a few meetings, a few phone calls.
well, every time you need this space, you could use the song, right?
Let me just ask you a question. Again, we're not gonna say whether we liked it or not. When you watch Maude or the Jeffersons, was their opening theme 7 hours long, or
Was it
That-
7 hours?
First of all, that's not the theme. That's the long version. It's like the Hanukkah song. I can cut this song down, and I have it cut down. That's 45 seconds, which is
Okay, good.
all right?
I have
there
it.
you go.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
you know
just
what?
the-
On the next show, we'll debut the 45
The 45
second.
second
Yeah.
one. Well,
Yeah,
we
it-
also we're gonna get. I want to get feedback from our viewers. Jeannie Clay,
Yep.
and Cherry and the girls,
Yep.
Pam and everybody. We'll see what they say about it, and then we'll get the 45-second version.
Yes.
So good job out of Jeff.
I love Jeff.
Yeah, no, that was very good. I mean, that's not easy to do, right? Writes lyrics to it.
Put a song together. It's an original composition.
Yeah.
It's original words.
I didn't know it would be Stairway to Heaven, but it was.
It was a little long, but you know what? You got to give it to Jeff. He's part of our show, and he
Yeah.
really believes in us. And
And
we
we'll let
thank
the
him.
audience
But
decide.
You guys get to decide.
Yeah.
We have another version that's coming up, the 45-second
45
version.
seconds.
And then Butch, a family friend,
I think he
from
wrote one
Laugh to
too,
Save
right?
Lives.
Yeah.
He wrote a song too, apparently.
We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we got a tremendous show. Tim Allen's coming up. Marilu Henner's coming up after that. She's going to join us here in the studio. Tim Allen, he's got a comedy tour, stand-up comedy tour coming up. One of the funniest guys you'll ever see on TV. The Santa Claus movies, Christmas with the Cranks, you name it. He's got the Santas on Disney Plus. They just started their second season. Doesn't even have to be holiday time. It's a Santa movie. It never goes out of style. Anyway, take a look, and then we'll get to Tim Allen coming up on the other side. Watch.
I love what I do. Here we go. Come on.
How did you enjoy that? He passed out.
Huh? Oh.
He's making a list,
The best part of Christmas is spending time with your loved ones,
checking it twice.
which is why I'm so geeked to turn Santa into a family business.
Gonna find
I
out
want Sandra to be in charge of the reindeer.
Oh, yes.
who's naughty
And I really believe that my son, Cal, has what it takes to be the next Santa. We got to make North Pole history part of Cal's training. Who's Magnus Antis?
The Mad Santa.
Is that something for us to worry about? Santa?
I am Santa, the rightful Santa.
Our family is full of magic. We can handle this.
Gary, get my jetpack. Gary, find the nutcracker. Gary, stop eating pudding out of the trash. When does it end?
They're headed straight for us.
Whoa, what is this?
It's a Santa blaster.
A little uncomfortable knowing we have a weapon at the North Pole called a Santa blaster.
That's hilarious.
And Merry Christmas to you.
There he is, Tim
Tim.
Allen. How you
That
doing?
was a good. How do I follow
buddy?
my own intro? Your intro was amazing, and now I watched that promo. That was nice. Thanks for putting that on there.
Oh, we got your boy Bill Engvall on there. He's right up front and center.
Yeah. That's what a great part of that Last Man Standing cast. That was
Yes.
what a great piece he was. So much fun to work with. Another comedian, and both of us doing other characters. It's a long story, but what a great guy and what a great.
Yeah, no.
He told us some good stories.
Yeah, he had some great stories, and when he was on Last Man Standing, he was on the show. He's been on a couple times recently just to promote his final stand-up, but he talked a lot about Last Man Standing and you and you guys. It's just a
Just your
fantastic show.
friendship and what it's meant through the ages.
Oh, through the ages, all of us. Well, I mean, stand-up comedy. There's today in today's world between streaming and movies and everything. As Leno tells me, there's something about working Vegas and I've been doing concerts for 30 years now, and it just seems like Leno says it best. It's tell joke, get check. There's nobody in the middle of it. You're immediate with the audience. There's nothing like live performance. It's just nothing like it.
Yeah, and you got this show coming up. I mean, you're going to be traveling all over the country, but you got the show coming up February 2nd, Belco Theater in Denver. Anybody needs tickets in that area, of course, the show's all over the country. AXSaccess.com. You want to pick up some tickets to see Tim Allen February 2nd.
It's my hometown. I'm born and raised in Denver, and it's always great to. I still got a lot of family there, and it's just a wonderful place to perform. And I move and we moved. My family moved because it's a tragedy when we were kids. Moved back with my mom's parents in Michigan, and so we're doing this season. I'm starting out with in Denver and Detroit, so it's back to the old days.
Beautiful.
Tim, when we talk to a lot of people who are of your stature, your success, do you have like pinch me moments where you just sit there and go, Jesus Christ, I can't believe everything that I've been able to accomplish in my life and continue to do so at this level?
Yeah, I said that there's many times, literally, oddly enough, I'll go into a stand-up event because I've been doing this for so long, but in towns that I Lubbock, Texas, or Amarillo, and it's these towns that I've never been. I'm delighted to be in parts of the country, and all of a sudden, it's the same group of people. There's moments on the stand-up show that I love being close to my idol, which is Pryor, being able to give that gift. I love being funny, and I love giving it and receiving it. And there's moments like that I still to this day I'm not so into the travel anymore, hotels. I still iron my own clothes and set up my own stage and all that. Do not like travel like I used to. And then cut to the Santa Claus series, which is the Clauses. It's a play on words for the family, the Santa Claus family. And out of a convoluted set of setups, my youngest daughter got the role and literally got it by herself in a very strange way. I stayed out of the way. I wanted to earn it. She plays my daughter in the show or in the series or the chapters of the movie, however the streaming people call it. And I got to sit there with my daughter, and she's not only classy, as I told her, the crew is everything on movies. It's all about them. And she was so respectful, so good, showed up on time, was able to do her studies, her mom and I. She's a great athlete, and she's great in school. Taking her out of school was a big deal. But I looked at her a couple of times on that set, that beautiful little face of hers, as Santa's daughter. And I said, these moments, I'll never forget the moment of looking at her face.
We had, if you remember, Suk, we had Patricia Richardson on the show, I think it was last summer or so. And when we talked about the whole home improvement thing and just working with you and just what a family you guys were, on the set and behind the scenes. Yeah. When you look back at that show, I mean, number one for such a long time, and the length of time that you guys managed to stick around. You just don't see sitcoms like that in this day and age.
It's how funny it circles around. Did Last Man Standing, which in many ways we upped the ante production wise. I love lighting, sound, and Don Morgan, our lighting director. I'm really into that and making it look the best for the audience. The Last Man was on 9 years, and just the ratings, the way things are, Home Improvement's ratings were like Super Bowl ratings every Tuesday night. And that was in that day and age. And there's still a lot of people that every time I go out, I'm back to, hey, Tool Man, people screaming, hey, Tool Bell, boy, or whatever. You can't quite get the name. It's funny and very emotional when I get older people that said all over doing stand-up where people say, that's the first time my dad and I ever sat down. I mean, women and men sit down, and my dad loved that show, and we all sat and watched that. And he related to that. There's something about that, Tim the Tool Man, that related to a certain generation of men that are fixers, my type of guys. And it gets real emotional. We were just in New York, and walking through New York City, and just the random people that come up, and either it's Buzz Lightyear, we get that a lot. But Tool Man, it sticks. And it's funny that you say that, because Home Improvement adore all those people. We're still all big family members.
There's so many. I'm married to one of those. I've got like several projects around my house right now. I've been waiting for my garage to get clean for 2 years, Tim. 2 years. My husband asked me, "What do I want for Christmas?" I was like, "My garage cleaned. That's what I want."
This is funny. I set up my studio in my garage, is where I just finished moving this car back here to do the floor, and now I have no idea what I did with this really oily rag that I just was thinking about this. I said, I love being in my garage. This is my safe space here at my house. And I said, that's just me. I was redoing light bulbs right before this. This is one thing about these interviews where you do this Streamlabs or Zoom, whatever, that you guys, you can do it wherever you are. It's a positive and negative. I like going to real studios. I still love doing live TV, but there's something wonderful about having a safe space to do this in.
Yeah. Well, what's the car you got back there, Tim?
Back there is I don't know what's this. I don't like to present it. I come from a pretty modest family, and that's an old Ferrari I bought. Have
you been working on it?
Literally the first money I've had ever, way back when in home improvement, and it was an emotional roller coaster. I bought it. I can't believe it. It's worth a lot of money now, and I drive it randomly. Again, I'm just not the. You're just not that guy. I'm not that guy. So if you knew what it was, most people don't really realize what it is. They know it's an old car, and so it's not real showy. I'm a little worried about driving these cars, because if they screw up, like on the road here in LA, it's not like you can get a tow truck. You got to get a Brinks truck and put it in the back of the thing.
Right, you got to roll it in.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little squirrely about driving it, but I love the fact it was handmade, most of it by these. I went to see the Ferrari factory when I was a kid, and I just adore the technical side of the Italians when they put stuff together.
Yeah.
I love it. Tim Allen heading out on the road. He's got stand-up shows all over the country. He's got a stand-up show coming up in Denver, his hometown, Friday, February 2nd at the Belco Theater, Denver, Colorado. If you guys want tickets, just go on to AXS.com. Tim, real quick, I know you're pressed for time. I know you mentioned Pryor. Is that the guy who's at the top of the mountain for you when it comes to comedian stand-up?
Yeah, I said I saw him twice. I got to know the guy. He changed my life. I saw him once during college. I went and I've always been a funny guy. I never thought I could do that. I watched that guy, how he dealt with comedy and how he dealt with his life. It was just an amazing experience, and his timing was everything. And there's been other comedians. Kip Addotta was in my world well known. His timing was everything. It was like I couldn't believe how well, because a comedy, in my view, is all about timing. One quick story: I did a movie that I directed, Crazy on the Outside, and when I'm watching the production and we're doing sound EQing sound at the end of it, I saw a joke in a sound bar, and that's what a joke is. It's there's this long pause, a little blip, and then there's another pause, and then it's the pause. And I said, Pryor was a genius at that, and I don't even know how to describe it. I laughed so hard at the concert, like I put up my hand, like he's going to go, oh, we all got to hold on a minute because this kid right here can't stop laughing. And his pace is what I've stolen. It was life changing. I learned so much about human beings. I learned about humility and about self-effacing, about comedy. There's nothing like it.
Yeah. By the way, Sigourney Weaver and Ray Liotta in Crazy on the Outside. By the way.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Tim. Before you go, you've been in so many different movies and TV shows. I mean, you just such an incredible career. I'm going to give you a quick Tim Allen synopsis quiz. And what I do is I'm going to give you the synopsis. I'm going to give you the synopsis of 5 of your movies. You're going to tell me what movie it is. Are you ready to roll?
Okay, I'm kind of nervous right now. I'm going to wet myself.
If that happens, it'll be a great viral moment, by the way. Here we go. You ready? This comedy is about mistaken identities, a hitman who sees everything in terms of the movies, and a 20-year-old diamond heist.
Cletus Tout. Who was Cletus Tout?
Nicely done, my friend. Christian Slater, Richard Dreyfuss, Portia de Rossi. A recently paroled ex-con. who has trouble adjusting to the wacky normalcy of life out of prison.
That's crazy on the outside.
Crazy on the outside. That's why I was. There you go, bro. Look at a cast, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Tim, I'm a crazy fan of Ray Liotta. Favorite memory of him?
I did Wild Hogs with him, and there's a scene where I'm angry with him. And he's done this in 2 movies. I did 2 movies with him, and he's looking at me, and he just, the director said, "Add action," and he's just looking at me. He goes, I go, and I said something. He goes, "I'm not scared of you at all." And I go, the line. He goes, "Make me scared of you." And he like shoved me, and I go, "It said you're not acting. You're just reading the dialogue." He was giving me acting lessons because I'm not scared of you at all. I'm supposed to be scared of you. And he was like, "Oh, Jesus, Ray, calm down."
Jesus, Ray.
God, he was the most fun guy to work with. God bless him.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. Here we go. 3 more. Man tries to live a normal life despite the fact that he sometimes turns into a dog.
Oh, it's the Shaggy Dog.
Shaggy Dog.
Nicely done, my friend. There you go. You're 3 for 3. 2 more to go. The lives of several Miami denizens, from ad agents to gun runners to street thugs to law enforcement, intersect with humorous and dangerous results.
Now, I totally, I know the movie, and I totally forget the name of it because it's a great book too, and it came out at the same time as a national tragedy. So we did, in it. There's so many parts of that. Warburton's in that. Tucci.
Yep. Big.
Oh, Big Trouble.
Big Trouble. There you go.
Yeah, that was a tremendous cast. What a great movie. Really, really funny.
And finally, for the car and the $1 million, this one's going to be easy for you. A man learns he has a 13-year-old son who was raised in the jungle and brings the boy to New York City, turning his life upside down in the process.
Jungle to jungle. And the funniest thing about that is that those are the days the kid gets on an airplane with a bow and arrow. Right through security, he's got a bow and arrow. You look back at some of this, you go, what?
What is right?
That is so great.
Half-naked kid with a bow and arrow.
What a bow and arrow.
I think you're in economy, sir.
We want to just wrap up with a little bit about Disney Plus. I mean, a lot of people are calling you,
you're
Father Santa Claus.
Yeah, you're the Santa Claus, man. You're the guy.
Season. Are you okay wearing that moniker? Because for generations, you are.
It's unfortunate because I'm like a comedian and I'm really proprietary about my bits. I can't believe how much I get mad when I see other Santas. I go, well, that's not correct. Like all of a sudden I'm the arbitrator of what Santa's like. And every now and then my kids will go, and they're very funny kids. They'll look at me and go, "Dad, you're not actually Santa Claus." And I'm like,
I am.
I am. No, I am.
Well, the little one, we did the story when my wife and I, it takes a while. She was about 3 or 4, maybe 5. And we said she wanted to see the movie, and we had to go through this whole explanation. Now, you understand, Dad goes to the North Pole. That's how he learns about Santa. And because we still had to say, but he's just playing it. And Santa taught him how to play. The kid saw the movie. She was like,
traumatized.
Then she sat in my lap, and then she looked at me and then burst into tears. Wouldn't speak to me for the rest of the day. She goes, "Why did you leave that boy?" And then all the way through it, I said, now you're not going to go. I do not want you going to school and telling all your friends. And of course, inevitably that happens. The kids don't separate very well. They go.
No, absolutely not.
We're
having that same issue because my husband, every Christmas Eve, did the same thing. He put on the Santa suit. He's a fireman. So he'd get off the shift. He'd come inside the house. He'd text me, "Get the kids ready. I'm in the attic." He's put on a suit and he'd come down. Now my daughter is 10 years old and she is now like, "Where is Dad? Why is Daddy never here when Santa's here?" And we're like, "We got to pull a plug on this. We got to pull the plug on this. This is going to be terrible."
Mayday.
Mayday. Get it. Cut.
Honey. All the intentions were good, but we got to stop.
I love it. Tim, listen, man, thank you so much. You got the Santa Clauses on Disney Plus. You got you going out on tour. For tickets, AXS.com, February 2nd, one of those big stops, your hometown Belco Theater in Denver. Listen, the only advice I can give you is just keep doing what you're doing. You're gonna make it in this business someday.
Yeah, someday if I keep working at it,
Keep
it will be.
working. Yeah, listen, it's a long road, bud. It's a slow climb.
Thank you guys so much, man.
Thank
Tim,
you so
thank
much,
you, buddy.
Tim.
Appreciate it. Honor. Wow. Unbelievable. Tim Allen, Sue.
Tim Allen.
Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The MyPillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, MyPillow 2.0. When I invented MyPillow, it had everything you'd ever want in a pillow. Well, now there's new technology that makes it even better. MyPillow 2.0 has my patented fill combined with a cooling fabric with temperature-regulating thread. MyPillow 2.0 is truly the next generation of MyPillow.
The best sleep just got even better. Whether you have a MyPillow or not, you need to get the brand new MyPillow 2.0. Call or go to MyPillow.com now. Use your promo code, and for a limited time when you buy one, you'll get a second one absolutely free.
You're sleeping even better.
And cooler, too.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
Visit MyPillow.com. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? Because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness of the things I did you blame me for. But then I guess we know there's pain to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a comet ship from off its glory and her head on the sea, like a sea man explorer, half in the world. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better, because I knew you.
Because I knew you, my life's been changed for good.
Yay! Wrong
Thank
lyrics
you,
in there.
everybody.
And she's back.
Marilu
my
Henner
buddies.
back on the show. Didn't you
I love it.
co-hosted with me once?
Yes, twice.
That's
Yes,
right.
yes,
Twice.
yes,
You were out. She
Yes,
co-hosted.
yes, I was doing something.
Oh my God! Look at you. I can't
I'm
believe
back
you.
in New York for a little while. I'm so happy.
Oh, he's
I'm
thrilled you're
okay,
back in
so
New York.
glad
I'm already
you're in it.
looking at new
Are
apartments.
you?
I'm gonna change my situation where I'm gonna
You're
sell my house.
You're gonna live here?
I'm gonna live here. Yeah.
Stop it.
Wow.
He's just got
You'll be on this show every week.
Okay. Something's happening every week, so why not? Of course.
So what about New York is calling you back?
Well, first of all, my son lives here. My son Joey lives here. He lives in Brooklyn, although he just got a great job in Stamford. He's working for NBC Sports.
Oh,
for the
right, yeah, right up
Olympics.
in Stamford.
Okay. And then and my sister lives here, and I'm staying with her while I'm doing the show, the play that we're about to talk about, the Broadway show. And I don't know, it just suits my energy, and I want to do more theater. And the movies I do in Vancouver, I could just fly there.
Fly out to Vancouver.
lots
Those are the
going on.
ones for what? For Hallmark.
Hallmark.
Right? Hallmark.
Oh yeah, I've got 3 lined up for this year already. So much fun.
You're like
Yeah.
you're all over the place.
2 of them, March and April, and then one like a Christmas show. I
did you
just
get
sold them
that-
a Christmas show.
Oh, you did?
About my family, because my family is coming out here for Christmas. Only 24 of us, because usually it's like 36, 38, but not everybody can come to New York. So we're doing it this year here. And we do such a great Christmas.
Wait, are you cooking?
I'm cooking, baby. I'm the cook.
So how
Why?
do you? Okay, I just want to know, how do you plan out for so many people?
Oh,
What are your tips and tricks?
I don't know how to cook for a smaller group. I grew up in such a big family. I love to cook for a lot of people.
Really?
Yeah. It's like I'm like
Do you
one
do
of those
2 days
weird
in
people.
advance? Do you
Well, you
prepare?
have to make lists.
Okay,
You
yeah.
have to make lists, and you have to figure out what you do. And then like turkey stuffing, I make 3 different versions, because I do one without, one in the bird, one that's gluten-free but still has turkey in it, and one that's gluten-free that's totally vegan, not in the bird. Yeah.
Now
So
I'm
I do all
starving.
kinds of stuff.
Starving now.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the show. You're in New York,
Yes.
off Broadway, Mad Women of the West. Jeff put the
Yes.
playbill. There it is, right
Look
there.
at it. My buddies, Caroline
Um,
Aaron, Melanie Mayron, Brooke Adams. We've all known each other for a long, long
I love
time.
the cover.
And it's so great. It's very Andy Warhol.
Yeah, it's great.
And
So
it's so much fun.
It's funny because I was reading a couple of reviews from the opening night stuff, and one writer said, these 4 actors make the case that everyone should be a postmenopausal woman. With hot flashes or without?
No. I was given such an offer to write a book about menopause. And I said, I have nothing to say. It would be 2 words. It stopped.
It stopped.
I never had a hot flash. I never had, certainly no loss of libido.
Oh,
I never
boy.
had headaches. I never had night sweats. I never had any of that. None of it.
And what do
no
you chalk it
depression.
up to? What do you chalk it up to?
I don't know.
Just good living?
I don't know.
Taking care of your body?
Some other people just eat like I do or take care of themselves. I have
And
no idea.
experience it,
I
yeah.
think, I don't know. I don't want to say anything because I'll get like canceled.
I know.
But,
But what is it about menopause that now
people get
is
crazy?
No, it is.
Oh, that people are talking about it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, everybody's talking about it.
Because we're at that age.
We are
Yeah,
at
we're at
that
that
age.
My wife has hot flashes every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Every 5 minutes.
Well, with you, I'd have different
Ah,
flashes.
I love this.
My buddy.
I love her.
No, but here's the thing. It's like there's so much. It's good that we're like talking about everything.
I know.
You know, we should be. We should be. Why? You know, we don't know what our mothers went through because they didn't really talk.
They
Well,
left everything.
my
and-
mother died so young, so she never
Yeah.
even went through it. But yeah, she had.
We're a better generation for it. You know?
Yeah.
I really do think so.
Yeah,
I
it's
know,
like
sharing.
Yeah,
He's like, I
this
really
is-
don't want you to share that.
I
much.
love this menopause
He's always
conversation.
like, I'm surrounded.
You
by
want to hear
women.
something funny?
Yeah.
When I did Taxi, before I got healthy,
Yeah.
I was just on the road to getting healthy during Taxi because my mom had just died a couple weeks before I got Taxi. But I used to have terrible periods, like terrible PMS.
Wow.
And everybody knew it was kind of a joke among the cast. But they wrote it, so they wrote an
Tony
episode.
Danza knew?
Yeah, they all
All
knew.
right.
So
Just
it'd be
checking.
like, oh, she's like, we know what time of the month it is. And they thought, let's write an episode about it. But it's not funny on Elaine, my character. So they gave it to Simca, Carol Kane's character, and it was called Simca's Monthlies, you know, where she gets like a little crazy. But then once I learned how to really balance my food and, you know, like all food can be placed like on a number line, extreme salt, extreme sugar,
Yeah.
contraction, expansion, all that. Once I learned centered food equals centered behavior, everything changed for me.
Hey, Nardo, you PMSing again, Nardo?
You know, we see each other all the time. You know that this Monday we are all on The View, all on The View, all
No
6 of us.
way.
Yeah.
Danny, Tony, Judd, Chris, Carol, me. This Monday on The View, December 11th. We shot it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun. But we see each other all the time because I started this thing during the pandemic.
Sure.
We do a Zoom every 2 months. So, you know, we've done 19 of them.
That's
With
amazing.
the cast.
It's crazy.
Wow,
and they've
that's
come to see my show. We went to see Chris and King Lear.
Do
We
you
went to
guys
see
take
Danny.
when you do you ever take apart the episodes and you sit and talk about them
No.
like they do on The Sopranos?
No, not really. Or I'll say, oh, guess what episode we were shooting, you know, 45 years ago today. Or, you know,
They're like, what, Mary Lou?
42. Yeah.
I know we
Indulge me.
spoke about this once when you were on. I think when you were on with us with Pix, you know, because back then in the day, you know, Elaine Nardo, and listen, you beautiful now. You were like a pinup girl back then in the day.
Well,
there you are.
Oh.
And a lot of people would always say, well, boy, I wonder who's having affairs or who's having relationships on the show.
Oh, on the show?
Outside of
Yeah.
the
Very-
show.
Oh.
You know, behind the scenes.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you said you there were a few guys, there was some things going on. right?
77 guys in me. I hope so. Yeah, no. I had relationships and still
great-
to this day, great friends with both Tony and Judd.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, you know, they went through husbands with me. They went through other
amazing.
boyfriends with me.
They're
We've
just
been through
friends
everything.
now, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
No, but
just
I mean,
friends.
like lovers and friends. I think like
Oh,
those are the best,
everybody
those are-
I've ever had a thing with is still my friend.
Me
There's
too.
not
Me,
one
I'm the
person.
same way.
You got to you know, I don't share my body with that many people, so you know it's like you stay close to
love
people.
you.
I stay close to people. I just do.
Let's talk about Mad Women of the West.
Okay,
It's
so-
at the Actors Temple Theater.
Who knew?
It's
that
just
that's a theater.
it's just the 4 of you.
Yes,
No singing in the show, or there is a little singing.
a little, but not really.
All
No,
right,
it's not.
I've got a clip,
Okay.
and I think it's of you singing. Let's
let's
take a look.
see.
Jeff,
Let's see
play
what you
play
got.
the clip. Let's see.
Let's see.
The city was alive. Our city was enchanted. Fluttering leaves, bustling people, taxi horns blaring. I think it's wonderful to be a female. I've always loved it. Who can turn the world on with her smile? Everybody sing. Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement we show it. Love is all around, no need to waste it. We can have the town, why don't we take it? You're gonna make it after all. And then she throws her hat. But the hat never drops. That magic moment is held in midair.
No, that's the only singing in the show. It's kind of like a musical number that comes out of nowhere. It's kind of fun. Oh, but this is what it's about. It's about 4 college friends. We were super close. We were a quartet in college at Claremont. 3 of them have stayed close. One, my character, Zoe, went off to seek fame and fortune, became very successful, and now she kind of crashes a brunch where they're celebrating Melanie Mayron's character's birthday. And hilarity ensues because they've all been close. And you know how like the irritant gets the pearl? And not that I'm an irritating presence, but secrets are revealed, all kinds of discussions. People love the show. I'm so happy.
I assume
It's really
4
great.
different personalities on that
Totally
stage?
different personalities. Totally. It's funny because Caroline Aaron and I knew each other since we played sisters on Broadway in the mid-'80s, late 80s. Social Security, directed by Mike Nichols. And since that time, we've talked almost every single day.
Really?
She was brought out to Los Angeles at one point to live, and she ended up being my neighbor because that's the house they got for her for the project. And she stayed, and our kids grew up together, and they graduated high school together. And
it's amazing.
Yeah. So, and
What's it like to be back on Broadway? Like, what does that feel like?
Well,
for
it's
you?
off Broadway, but it's actually closer to Broadway than the
How
last
dare
time.
you, Suki?
5 years ago, I was on getting the band back together.
Yeah.
But it's just great. I mean, this city, you know, this is why I'm looking at properties already.
It's something about it,
It's
right?
like there's something about
I
it.
know.
It's something, and it suits my energy.
You,
I don't talk too fast for a New Yorker.
You ever think about moving out to New Jersey in my neighborhood?
Sure, why not? My nephew lives there.
One of my favorite topics with you is John Travolta.
Oh,
because
talking about New Jersey.
When I just saw the other night, I just saw his commercials coming out where he's playing Santa Claus, right? And he's dancing around. And I said to when the commercial, I said, man, that was a really good commercial.
Yeah, it's great.
You
He
guys
still got it.
right? You guys were
Dancing.
you were doing the touring version of Grease,
Right.
and that's where you guys met, right?
That's where we met.
And,
We were like brother and sister at first, and then one day it was like, oh.
And the next thing, next thing you know.
So we went out together on and off for like 13 years. Yeah. So yeah. And we spent a lot of time with each other's families. I love his family. We both grew up, he grew up in New Jersey in Tenafly or Englewood.
Englewood, New Jersey. They're right next to each other.
Yeah, they're right next to each other. And I grew up in Chicago, and his mom taught drama. My mother taught dance. His father sold tires. My father sold cars. We each have 3 sisters and 2 brothers.
Wow.
So we had a lot in common, and just like fabulous person.
Just such great,
I
classic.
know.
Yeah.
So classic.
And just the fact that Marilu is able to sew it all together. You know what I mean? I mean, like
I'm always making connections.
I know. The
Yeah.
stories
And by
are
the
just
way,
endless. I love it. I can listen forever.
You talk about Grease. You were in the touring version as Marty. You
I was
played
always
Marty.
Marty.
Always
I was
Marty.
Well, I started it in Chicago. I mean, Chicago, I did it before Broadway ever heard
Were
about
you on
it.
the first one on Broadway too?
Well, that company, but I went in a little bit later. But
After
here was
Adrienne
the thing.
Barbeau.
No, that's Rizzo. Wrong thing.
Right.
I went after Katie Hanley. But here's the thing. Grease, my family owned a dancing school in Chicago. We had a dancing school in our backyard. We all started doing plays. I started doing plays all over the city. One of the guys that I met when I was 15 was hilarious, much older than I was. We became friends. 2 years later, he called me. He said, I've written this show. It may never get off the ground. We're going to perform it in a converted trolley barn, and it's called Grease.
Wow.
And so I went to the first rehearsal for it. There were 2 stacks of papers. One of them scenes. Let's read the book report scene, polio shot scene, lunchroom scene, pajama party scene. One of them songs, 37 songs in the first act alone. So, everybody had a song, but then we shaped it into Grease. And my mother wouldn't come to see it because I said F you in it 7 times. She was like, Mary, I don't care if you take off your clothes. I just don't want to hear you swear. But then the show went to Broadway, and I thought, it's not going to be a hit. They said, why don't you come and audition? I was like, no. And I went to college, and the show went to Broadway.
Wow.
But then when the national company came up,
came back.
I came back.
Did you get to do
It's great.
Freddie, My Love?
That's the first song that was ever written for Grease. And yes, that was my song.
You remember how it goes, little?
You must be. I do it in my club.
Let me,
act, so
let me
that's
hear a
like,
little.
Freddie, my love, I miss you more than words can say. Freddie, my love, please keep in touch while you're away. Hearing from you can make the day so much better. Getting a souvenir or maybe a letter. I really flipped
over that gray
cashmere sweater. Freddie, my love. Freddie, my love. Freddie, my love. Freddie, my love. Okay, I guess you've always been a frustrated pink lady. Obviously.
Are you kidding me? Of
Yes.
course. Love the pink
when
lady.
you're putting it all together, like Grease, for instance, you're seeing all the acts. Did you know that it was going to be a hit? 36
No,
songs.
I did not.
Yeah, no,
that's
she
why I
didn't.
didn't come to New York to audition for it. No, I figured, no, it's not going to be a hit. One of the fun things that happened last year, they came out with this great book, Tell Me More, Tell Me More. I titled it for them. Like all these Grease stories about.
Wasn't that
how people got
Adrienne
in it.
Barbeau?
Yeah, Adrienne Barbeau.
Yeah, because we had her on. She was
but that
talking about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, she played Rizzo.
Yeah.
And then was scooped up by Norman Lear from
From
Maude.
Maude, yes, as the daughter.
Oh,
I
Norman just
know.
passed away.
Yeah.
I know. He just passed away. It's so
101
sad.
years old.
But I mean, yes, of course, I knew him because of the comedy world. But his twin daughters are the same age as my boys, and so one of them, they were in the grade between, and so one of them was in a theater thing called Theater Geeks with Nick and Ben Platt and Catherine Gallagher and Beanie Feldstein, all these kids, Molly Gordon. They were all in this thing with his daughter Brianna, and then the other daughter Maddie, was at Harvard Westlake, and just like very connected.
Incredible.
Great people.
Incredible.
Great. And can I just brag about my kids for 2 seconds?
Of course, go ahead.
Okay, my son Nick directed.
Time's up.
My son Nick directed Theater Camp. And won an award at Sundance. They called him an actor's director. And then he just recently got nominated for a Spirit Award.
Wow.
The movie got it for Noah Galvin, who's brilliant in the movie, and editing, and also writing. So it was Nick, Ben Platt, Molly Gordon, and Noah Galvin. And my son Joey is working for NBC for the Olympics. He's like a Mr. Sportsy, and also he's a bridge player. And plays with all these women who
Up in
play
Stanford.
bridge.
He's
Up
right
in
near me.
Stanford.
I'm at WWE
I told
up
you
in
already.
Stanford.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. I love it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And listen, I know everybody talks to you about this whole crazy memory thing.
Yeah.
You remember every day since you're 11 years old? Is that the deal?
Well, it's more even beyond that, but yeah. Why? Are you going to tell me that we met when we were?
No. But I'm still amazed.
He's been thinking about it for a
I'm
long
still
time.
I'm still
Since the
amazed.
first
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I'm still amazed that you when Suki and I were on Pix doing the morning show.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember what day of the week you came in to see us. I mean,
Yeah.
I know I have a picture on my phone that we took, and I have
Yes.
the date. And
Yeah.
last time you were on,
We
you
double
gave us
checked.
the date.
Yeah, I told you it was that.
You know the year and the day.
Yeah, 2017. There was a terrible snowstorm, and so I wore boots and stuff there.
Did you ever say, I just don't want to remember something and just
No.
forget about it?
No, I mean I can push things to the back. But
yeah.
They're just. It's
Can
fun
you
because
imagine
it comes
being
up
her
right
children?
away.
You cannot lie to her.
How about a
You
husband?
can-
I'm third and final. Yeah,
You
that's
cannot
what
lie.
it is.
You get up. What are you
Yeah.
saying? I mean, my husband's always like, men
can't
love to
remember
say
that.
you're crazy. Like
Yeah.
I don't. You have never said anything like that. But with Marilu, she's like, no.
No.
I remember this
I say,
on this day.
Michael, don't embarrass yourself. Don't embarrass yourself. You know that I know what
you
really
said.
happened that day, and where you were standing in the kitchen with your striped shirt and blah blah blah. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Before we play our game of Heads Up, because Suki
Okay.
and I were playing it earlier, so
It's
I
fun.
wanted to see how well you do, and we're great, hint givers.
Game players.
Yeah.
what-
My family has a game night every Christmas. They're all coming out. Like
Okay.
24 of them are coming here.
So what's the games?
Well, we do charades. That's one
I
of the
love
games, but
charades.
we do a bunch of them. We never do boys against girls
Okay.
because we ended up the last time we did boys against girls or men against women, whatever you say these days. We ended up in the emergency room because one sister was like this in the other sister's boyfriend's face. So her husband grabbed him, twisted back, started
my
hitting
God.
him, and people were still guessing. Raging bull.
That is so funny.
But seriously,
Raging
that is
Bull.
so
it
funny.
did end up we did end up in an
That's
emergency
incredible.
room, so no more boys against girls.
It's so funny because our family plays it too, and it's always boys
Ruthless.
against girls, and it's
Oh no,
ruthless.
you can't do
It's
it.
ruthless.
We now break things up to like well, there's a couple games where it's like we have to have a boomer, a millennial, a Gen Z, a Gen X, Gen X, then boomer, a millennial, then
and
Gen
then when
X.
you become a
We
grandma,
mix
you'll
it
have
up.
like little alphas running around.
Yeah.
Or is
Yeah.
that the next generation? I think it is.
Yeah,
right?
well, no, yeah, little alphas and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It's so funny because everybody always stays at my house for Christmas, right? Like all the kids. So they call it Camp Auntie Lou since they were little. Oh, Camp Auntie, we're doing it Camp Auntie Lou Christmas. We're all, and they have like 8 little beds and
I
everything
love
else.
it.
Okay, now the pandemic starts and we don't all get to really live together for like 3 Christmases. They all come back and I went, whoa, this went from Camp Auntie Lou to Club Lulu because they're all like drinking now. They're all older. Club Lulu
It's so
downstairs.
That
Everybody's
is
in the hot
great.
tub at 4. It's
So
hilarious.
funny. Before we play Heads
Okay,
Up, there's
let's go.
the one movie I wanted to ask you about because it's always one of my favorites.
Johnny Dangerously.
Johnny
I
Dangerously.
know. How'd you know?
You remember
'Cause
I
know.
said that?
Well, I remember you said that, but it's also
Yeah, his favorite.
Yeah,
His favorite. A lot of people's favorites.
you know, because everybody always, my mother did
Organize
that
it.
to
Yeah,
me once.
Yeah.
But that, I mean, Michael Keaton, look
I
at
talked
Joe
to him not too long
Piscopo.
ago. I know.
Such another, just a
So
great
much fun.
movie, and it never. That's a movie that you could play today. It just doesn't go out of style.
Well, because it takes place in
in the fifth. What is it? The
No,
20s, 30s,
20s, yeah.
Roaring 20s.
Yeah.
You
It's
fartigan
hilarious.
ice hole,
Yeah,
right?
That's
Remember
what
that?
they usually quote
Yeah, right.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Dancing with the Stars. Oh, I do my club act. Oh, I'm doing it in Las Vegas at the Smith Center, the beautiful little cabaret theater they have there. I'm doing it January 20th, 2 shows. I hope everybody goes and sees it.
And it's just you,
so
you
much fun.
singing? You just
It's
sing?
singing, dancing. I show videos. I do so many things. I've done it 41 times since the pandemic started. And I do a whole tribute to Dancing with the Stars because during that experience, I was constantly taking pictures of bruises and taped ribs
I
and
know.
taped feet. So I sing a whole tribute to it, to the Candor and Ebb song, Pain.
Love it.
Nice.
Yeah,
I love it. And
What-
Len passed away this year too. and
I
they did a
know.
wonderful tribute.
Yeah,
to
they
him.
just had the
Yeah,
the
I
winners the
saw
other
that,
night.
yeah.
What's your
Yeah.
what's your favorite go-to song when you're doing the cabaret type stuff?
Oh, my brother wrote a great song for me about my memory.
Really?
Yeah.
How does it go? Give me a
Okay.
little bit. 30 seconds.
And do you know the Peggy Lee song, Because I'm a Woman?
Yeah.
Okay,
Is
so
that-
what I have is called HSAM,
Yeah.
Highly Superior Autobiographical Memory. So it's like, I can tell you the day of the week and what I was doing on any given day. I recall every tryst on my list, especially the foreplay. I remember the fall of the big Berlin Wall and what I was eating for lunch. Saddam underground, Koufax on the Mount, Muhammad Ali's Jungle Punch. Cause I have HSAM, capital H-S-A-M. I'll say it again. And I go through all the things that I
that's
describe.
great.
That song is so much fun to see because you can see people's eyes going like, what? Because I have a bowl and people write dates in and then I take them out at random different times during the thing and I'll tell them what day of the week it was, what I was doing on that day and what song was popular then. I sing a couple bars.
Really?
So it's a lot of fun.
So if I throw
Next
out
time
just
I'm there.
one date, you could do that?
Probably. But don't do it like when I'm like, teeny tiny.
Teeny
or something.
tiny, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
The 80s,
like
85.
let's do June 6th of 2012.
Oh, that's
June 6th, 2012.
what? That's so recent.
Yeah, no,
So-
I'm gonna
don't do that.
I'm gonna do August
June
2nd,
6th. Wait,
What happened? Go
June,
ahead.
no, but no, I know exactly. That's
11
Thursday.
years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, that's June 6th,
Is it right?
Thursday.
That's a Thursday.
Yeah,
Of
right?
2012.
Of 2012.
Wow.
Yeah.
August 2nd.
Oh wait, no.
Should
Sorry.
I check it? Do I need to
No,
check
no.
that?
You don't need to check it because it was a Wednesday.
Okay. It
You
probably
asked
was-
it.
It was a
I'm gonna
Wednesday.
say August 2nd.
It's sort of like
you asked
correct.
it the next
I
one.
was
Right,
gonna do
June
the
6th.
85 for
Friends of-
songs.
yeah, okay,
'cause I
fine.
feel like 85 is
It's
good.
fun. Those
I'm
are
gonna
fun
say,
songs.
yeah.
I love the 80s.
I'm gonna say August 2nd, 1985.
Okay,
Summer.
August, I can tell you exactly what happened. First of all, I can tell you really what happened because there was a huge plane crash that day.
Oh.
Yeah, August 2nd, 1985. I was listening to a big one. Yes.
By the way, that
Sorry.
was a Wednesday.
It was a Wednesday. I always kind of self-correct.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
And wait, what
August
was the date
2nd,
you just?
August 2nd, 1985.
There was a plane
1980 was
crash that
Friday.
day?
A Friday.
Yeah.
A plane crash. Yeah. Look it up.
You got it? August 2nd, 1985.
I'm looking at it.
There was a big plane crash
Yeah,
that day.
You're
It was
right.
Dallas. I think it was Dallas, wasn't it? Dallas.
A plane crash causing a microburst 38 years
Yeah.
ago. Wow.
That's
Yeah.
Delta
unbelievable.
Flight 191 crashed at Dallas Fort Worth. Wow.
I know.
Scary. All right. Well, you know what? Your memory, your memory may be good, but let's see how you are at Heads Up. Let's see how you are at
But
this
wait,
game.
Are you playing it on your thing?
No, I'm gonna give you the clues.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna hold it up over your
Okay,
head.
because I can't see that far. Okay. I mean, not clearly.
You know, we're gonna
Not where
give
I can
you.
read it.
Let's see. So I like the acted out because that's more fun.
Oh.
Okay.
There's no space to act it out.
No. Here. So
No.
place this on your forehead.
Okay.
But she has.
Go ahead.
Oh,
And
we're acting it out. Okay.
And remember, if when you get it,
go
you
with the
go like
first
this.
one.
Okay. I don't.
When you're jumping over on the Olympics, the straight, and they jump over. They jump over. They jump over.
Hurdles.
Yes.
That's terrible.
What guys do on every weekend.
Outdoors,
Father's Day,
burgers,
outdoors, burgers, hot dogs.
4th of July.
barbecue.
Nice.
You guys are bad at this. To twist, shimmy. Violin.
Nice.
They're so random.
Upset spike. Upset spike.
You set, bam, the net up to the net. Block, upset spike.
Oh, volleyball.
There you go.
Are these sports? I guess so.
Let's see. Move.
Swimming. So tequila. Oh, blowing bubbles.
Nice.
Another cello.
Yo-yo ma.
Nice. Yo-yo ma.
Putting on eyelashes.
No. All right. We're good. Yes.
Mascara.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Popping champagne.
Nice.
Right? I think you guys need more breath.
You got it.
Thank God you're trying this on a friend.
It sounded so wrong. We're both looking at
Really? I went right there, baby. I know. Oh my God. Thinking about me on Taxi.
Oh my God. Wait.
That's hysterical. That was just so funny.
That game
funny.
is old though. Remember,
It
we
is
were all
old.
playing it
It
years
is
ago.
old,
I did
yeah.
one
That
of
was
the pilots
great.
for it.
No, you did.
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay.
Like,
Oh, that was
I
so
would
great.
think that being a famous actor and doing those game shows like Hollywood Scares, that would be my dream.
Oh,
That'd
it's
be
so
the
fun.
funniest thing.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Like in
It
the
was fun.
70s. Remember?
It was like,
who were some of the people I forgot?
Oh,
yeah,
on
in the
like Match
70s?
Game,
Yeah.
Richard
Match
Dawson.
Game. Oh, Match Game.
I mean,
like
they were all like
Charles
half in the
Nelson
back.
Riley.
Yeah. Brett
Well, you know
Summers.
when
Brett
Alec,
Summers.
my friend Alec Baldwin was doing it, hosting it a couple
Yes.
years ago. I did it.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it in here.
Did you guys
June,
have a little
June
cocktail
14th,
before?
2019. You're constantly there. Everybody's so loose. Speaking of it, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the CNN thing with Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen.
And
everybody
New Year's
says
Eve?
everybody
Year's
says
Eve?
everybody's going to be so drunk.
Oh,
Nice.
they're going
Really
to be
drunk.
trashed. It's a lot of fun though.
So
Have
good.
you done
great.
it? It's like it's
No,
fun to watch.
They're great.
Yeah.
No, we've done our own New Year's Eve. That's right, King.
You're the best.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's called Mad Women of the West.
Come
the
see
best.
it.
She's
Get
off-
tickets now because we're selling out, and it's so
Yeah.
we had to add performances because we cannot extend, unfortunately.
It
So
only
there's
goes
one
through
this
when?
Friday. It goes only till December 31st.
December
This
31st?
is such a special show, directed by Tom Caruso and written by Sandra Singh Low, and we talk about everything.
I
So
love
it's
it.
great. Come and see it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Mad Women of
Marilu
the
Henner,
West.
absolute legend. Just mail her any date. She'll tell you what happened on that day.
She's amazing.
She's-
And her one-woman show.
And her,
Yeah.
she's
Out in Vegas.
going to be all over the
Yes.
place at Vegas.
Yes.
Can
And
everybody
Dream of
find all
Home.
your things that you're doing on Mary Lou?
They can
Where?
find it on Twitter because I'm always
Twitter,
on
okay.
Twitter.
she's on Twitter,
Or X.
And
X.
X, and also Instagram. I put things on
Twitter
Instagram
and
all the time.
Instagram,
At
and
the real Mary Lou.
The Real Mary
REAL,
Lou. And
The
it's
Real Mary Lou.
Mad Women of the West,
Mad
off
Women of the
Broadway,
West.
Actors Temple Theater through the
On
31st.
47th Street, 339 47th Street,
You
West
gotta,
47th.
gotta go check it
You
out.
guys have to check it
Yeah,
out.
we got to
come.
get there.
will.
And she's the best. Just the best.
Thanks.
Go back.
Sometimes late at night, I lie awake and watch her sleeping. She's lost in peaceful dreams, so I turn out the lights and lay there in the dark. And the thought crosses my mind, if I never wake up in the morning, would she ever doubt the way I feel about her in my heart? If tomorrow never comes, will she know how much I love her? Did I try in every way to show her every day that she's my only one? And if my time on earth were through, and she must face this world without me, is the love I gave her in the past gonna be enough to last if tomorrow never comes? 'Cause I've lost loved ones in my life who never knew how much I loved them. Now I live with the regret that my true feelings for them never were revealed. So I made a promise to myself to say each day how much she means to me, and avoid that circumstance where there's no second chance to tell her how I feel. If tomorrow never comes, will she know how much I love her? Did I try in every way to show her every day that she's my only one? And if my time on earth were through, and she must face this world without me, is the love I gave her in the past gonna be enough to last if tomorrow never comes? So tell that someone that you love just what you're thinking of if tomorrow never comes.